Ready to go? Ladies and gentlemen and brethren, welcome to the 2021 Grand Installation of the Grand Lodge of Ancient Free and Accepted Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory. As you are obviously aware, this is quite a different occasion, as we are still under the rules of our COVID pandemic controls. So therefore, although your booklets have the words to the odes, please do not sing. All of the odes are pre-recorded and will be used from the recording. If in the event we have a catastrophe of some sorts, all the exits are marked by green lights. Please exit the building. Don't go get your cases, leave them where they are. And the congregation point is in Synagogue Place behind us, between the Grand Lodge and Rundle Street. Yep, that'll do. Waiting. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, to receive Most Worshipful Brother Dr. Neil Jensen, Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Ancient, Free and Accepted Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory, and officers of this Grand Lodge, you will please be upstanding. like, you know. Yep. Go straight up, go straight up. To your seat. Come on. For God's sake, pay attention instead of talking. No, you are over here, Barry. Okay, off you go then. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please remain standing for the Song of Australia. Most worshipful Grand Master, on behalf of all assembled, your guests and your brethren, I acknowledge your presence and your rank as the leader of our fraternity.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, on this occasion I will acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet. We acknowledge this land that we meet on today is the traditional lands for the Kaurna people, and that we respect their spiritual relationship with this country. We also acknowledge the Kaurna people as the custodians of the Adelaide region, and that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Kaurna people today. We also pay respects to the cultural authority of Aboriginal people attending from other areas of South Australia and Australia.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please be seated and remain so during the ceremony of calling on.
Right Worshipful Brother Wardens, please be upstanding. Right Worshipful Brother Junior Grand Warden, what time is it?
Past high time, Most Worshipful Grand Master,
Your duty?
to call the brethren from refreshment to labour.
I'll thank you to declare it.
Brethren, it's the Most Worshipful Grand Master's command that you cease refreshment and go to labour for the further dispatch of Masonic business.
Thank you. Right Worshipful Brother, wardens, please be seated.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please rise for the ode, God is our strength and refuge. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please be seated.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, this ceremony is ancient, old, in other words, very traditional, and we have the privilege and pleasure this afternoon of streaming this to all parts of Australia and overseas. The world is looking and listening, and with that in mind, I would welcome all people who are viewing the ceremony, families of us, Freemasons, those that are interested in our great philanthropic fraternity, and particularly those who are in the Sam Jacobs room, very much in the style of the last night of the proms in London. We have our own Hyde Park in the form of the Sam Jacobs room, and I welcome all those people showing such a high level of support for the Grand Master-elect. I would also like to particularly mention that the Brethren of Roslin Chapel, number 606 in Scotland, is online this afternoon and tonight. For them tonight, we also have the Grand Master Mason of the Grand Lodge of Scotland online. We have representatives of the United Grand Lodge of England, and indeed here we have a letter wishing us well and the Grand Master-elect well. We also have the Grand Orient of Italy watching and online, and we have a letter as well from them wishing the Grand Master-elect a very happy term of office. But over and above that, we have many Grand Lodges around the world watching us tonight because, as you would all be aware, we have representatives of those Grand Lodges in our Grand Lodge, and tonight's the night they get a chance to see whether the people that we've nominated are enthusiastic for them, and so on. I've no doubt there's been communication between such representatives and the Grand Lodges they represent. I will welcome the heads of all orders in South Australia and the Northern Territory who are here tonight, and I will acknowledge the regional commander of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite, most illustrious Brother Andrew Wilson, if he would stand. Thank you for coming, most illustrious brother. We appreciate your company. Very Worshipful Brother, Grand Director of Ceremonies. This Grand Lodge is now ready to receive our distinguished visitors.
Anthony.
Brethren, to
All
receive
brethren,
the
please
visiting
rise.
delegations, you will rise.
Ladies, gentlemen, and brethren, now entering this Grand Lodge is the Grand Lodge of Master Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory, followed by the Supreme Grand Chapter of Royal Archmasons of South Australia and the Northern Territory.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Right Worshipful Brother Peter Douglas Garfield Orchard, Deputy Grand Master, Grand Master-elect.
Right Worshipful Brother Orchard, you're most welcome, and I hope you will express to Sue Vesotsky our deep sympathies for the loss of your Grand Master. He's been in our hearts and prayers for this year while he's been unwell, and his family remains so now. Thank you very much indeed. Please take your seat.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, the Deputy Grand Master is also accompanied by Most Worshipful Brother David Kitching, past Grand Master, Most Worshipful Brother John Henry William Carter, past Grand Master, Robert James Stewart, past Deputy Grand Master, and Most Worshipful Brother Alan Price, past Grand Master, Deputy Grand Master.
Such a fine retinue of Grand Lodge officers, and it's great to have the opportunity to have two of the most worshipful past Grand Masters of Mark, such an important order in Freemasonry, and as you notice, I promote it whenever I can.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. please take your seats. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm welcoming the distinguished guests on the floor of the lodge because I'm actually sitting on a pedestal, on a dais here, so it wouldn't be appropriate for me to stay there and welcome them because usually they would go on to a dais as well at the same level as I am. In Freemasonry, we are all equal, so I'm meeting them on the floor of the lodge.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Most Excellent Companion Ivor Edwin Wilmot, First Grand Principal, Andrew Henry Darcy Lockyer, Deputy First Grand Principal, Andrew Henry Charlton, Second Grand Principal, and Most Excellent Companion Warwick Arthur Greaves, Third Grand Principal, and they are accompanied by their Deputy Grand Director of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, Most Excellent First Grand Principal. It's wonderful to be able to welcome you here with such a devastating effect on all of us from the COVID-19 world pandemic. It's been hard for us to meet, but here we are with people from all over Australia and New Zealand, and you're most welcome. And I'm welcoming your accompanying... Sorry, Andrew, I got you out of kilter there. I'm used to welcoming you earlier in the piece. Thank you.
Master, thank you very much indeed for the warmth of that welcome. We trust that this time of change, that when you look back at your term of office, you can do so with satisfaction.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I'd ask you to take your seats on my left. All right, as the case may be.
Ladies, gentlemen, and brethren, now entering this Grand Lodge, His United Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons of Queensland.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Most Worshipful Brother Paul Holland, Grand Master of the United Grand Lodge of Ancient and Accepted Freemasons of Queensland, and he is accompanied by Right Worshipful Brother Jeff Harper, Deputy Grand Master, and a retinue of Grand Lodge officers.
Thank you. Most Worshipful Brother Holland, I welcome you here this afternoon and tonight. It's a great pleasure to see you. There's always a moment of anticipation when one sees the Grand Master of Queensland, because I've actually only been a member of your constitution for 60 years, but I still have the same sort of interest and enthusiasm as country boys do when the Grand Master comes to town. So welcome here, and we hope you will have an enjoyable stay with us, and welcome to your Deputy Grand Master and whomever who've come with you. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. We'll do our best. Please take your seat on our right.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, now entering this Grand Lodge is the Grand Lodge of Western Australia.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Most Worshipful Brother Peter Kerwin, Grand Master. He is also accompanied by Right Worshipful Brother Daniel Gannon, Deputy Grand Master and Grand Master-elect.
Thank you. Welcome to you, Most Worshipful Brother Kerwin. It's lovely to reminisce on your part of, on the northwest part of your constitution, where I've spent some time in my work capacity, and of course I'm very proud to wear the Royal Arch past grand officers from your constitution.
They keep reminding me about that.
They do indeed. Well, it's lovely to have you here. COVID really restricted us, but to have all of you together is something that's really fantastic, and I'm sure that all of the brethren in South Australia and those who've come down from the Territory will be really pleased to see you.
Thank you, Grand Master. It's a pleasure to be back in some more normality.
Good.
But I would like to pass on a special apology for Most Worshipful Brother Stokes.
Ah.
Who's only missed about 2 or 3 grand
Yes, he
installations
has.
in the past 25 years, and he is that unwell he can no longer
Ah,
travel.
that's sad.
So he does apologise for not being here.
Give him our tenderest regards and tell him he's in our thoughts and prayers.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I would also welcome your Grand Master-elect, another man I've followed carefully, and if he'd like to come up, I'd like to shake his hand. Welcome. It's really great to see you. It really is fantastic. And please take your seats on my right. And the remainder of your delegation, I welcome them too.
Thank you.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, entering this Grand Lodge is the Grand Lodge of Tasmania.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I have pleasure in introducing to you Most Worshipful Brother Philip Oddy, Grand Master. He is accompanied by Most Worshipful Brother John Slaw, past Grand Master, and Right Worshipful Brother Luke Wood, Deputy Grand Master, and a retinue of Grand Lodge officers.
Most Worshipful Brother Oddy, how lovely it is to have you here and to have us all together at least sometime in this last 12 to 15 months. It's really wonderful to share your company, and even more so, I was seeing on the television the boat coming across the Bass Strait, and I thought, gee. Then I thought, well, they're flying, so it'll be much more comfortable. Thank you. It's a great pleasure and privilege to have you here.
Thank you most sincerely.
And also thank you for bringing such a fine retinue of Grand Lodge officers, including your immediate past Grand Master, who is well known to all in our constitution as well. Thank you. Please take your seat on the right. John, well done. Welcome. You can leave it on. I'll clean my hand in a moment, don't worry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, entering this Grand Lodge is the Grand Lodge of Ancient Free and Accepted Masons of New Zealand.
Most worshipful Grand Master, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Most Worshipful Brother Graham Wrigley, the Grand Master of New Zealand.
Most worshipful Brother Wrigley, how nice it is to see you. You've braved earthquakes, COVID-19, world pandemics, on, off, and we were really waiting with excited breath to see whether you're going to be here with us. What a great pleasure and privilege it is for you to come and join us here in South Australia. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you very much for the welcome. I'd like to say that I moved heaven and earth to come here, but
You
it was
did.
the creation of a bubble between our two countries that's made it possible. So last minute decision to come, and absolutely delighted to join with you on this special occasion.
It's a pleasure for you to be, for us, for you to be here. Please take your seat on the right. Thank you.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, entering this Grand Lodge is the United Grand Lodge of Victoria.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Most Worshipful Brother Richard Elkington, Grand Master. He is accompanied by Most Worshipful Brother Don Reynolds, past Grand Master, and Right Worshipful Brother Anthony Booker, Deputy Grand Master.
Thank you. Most worshipful Brother Elkington, what a great pleasure it is as well to see you here tonight. We had to watch your installation well performed by your installing officer here on the screen, and I thought that's a man that we should be looking at personally. We enjoy your company always, and it's great that you've come across to share this occasion with our Grand Master-elect, and also to bring such a fine retinue of Grand Lodge officers with you. Thank you for coming. We really are happy to have you here with us.
Thank you, Grand Master. It's always a pleasure to be with, of course, you
Thank you.
and your brethren here in South Australia. There's a strong kinship, of course, between Victorians and South Australians.
Tested,
Continued this weekend.
recently tested with the borders and so on,
Indeed,
but
well, that's okay, it's worked out.
we got through. Thank you very much for coming across. We appreciate that. Please take your seat on the right, and I'd like to shake the hand of your accompanying Grand Masters. Well done. It's lovely to see you here again. You're always, you're well known here, more so than me, I think, and lovely to see you here.
Thank you.
Please. You're the Deputy Grand Master. Well done. Lovely to see you here. It really is fantastic.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, entering this Grand Lodge is the United Grand Lodge of New South Wales and the Australian Capital Territory.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Most Worshipful Brother Derek Robson, AM, Grand Master. He is accompanied by Right Worshipful Brother John Armfield, Assistant Grand Master, and Right Worshipful Brother Leslie Hicks, Past Assistant Grand Master, Grand Master-elect.
Most Worshipful Brother Robson, how nice it is to be able to welcome you here in person into South Australia, and of course for you to get to mingle with our brethren and our brethren from the Northern Territory as well. We strike into your jurisdiction occasionally at that little town of Silverton, and now of course you've come to our grand city of Adelaide to return our interstate visits. So wonderful for you to be here, thank you. We always enjoy your company and that of the fine retinue of Grand Lodge officers you bring with you.
Grand Master, thank you most sincerely for
Thank
the
you.
warmth and sincerity of your welcome to myself and the delegation, and thank you for the most wonderful hospitality we've had thus far.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Now I'd like you to take your place on my right, and I'd like to shake the hand of your assistant and your Grand Master-elect. Well done.
Thank you.
Welcome. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Most worshipful brethren, on behalf of all assembled, we acknowledge your rank and your presence amongst us. And I call upon the brethren and the ladies and gentlemen to acknowledge that with acclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entry of the Australian flag. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please remain standing for the national anthem. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please be seated.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, our Grand Master for the ensuing year has been elected in the person of Right Worshipful Brother David Malcom Booker, Grand Master's Order of Service, and we are assembled upon the present occasion for the ceremony of his installation. Very Worshipful Brother, Grand Director of Ceremonies, you will announce to the Grand Master-elect that this Grand Lodge is open and we are waiting to receive him.
Just keep going.
God be in my head and in my understanding. God be in mine eyes and in my looking. God be in my mouth and in my speaking. God be in my heart and in my thinking. God be at mine end and at my departing.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, the Grand Master-elect is waiting and in readiness to be invested when it is your pleasure to receive him.
Very Worshipful Brother, Grand Director of Ceremonies, you will cause him to be escorted within the portals of this Grand Lodge and conducted to the west for the purpose of presentation.
Should be a fanfare. Most Worshipful Grand Master, I present to you Right Worshipful Brother David Malcom Booker, who has been duly elected Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Ancient, Free and Accepted Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory for the ensuing year.
Very Worshipful Brother, Grand Director of Ceremonies, your presentation shall be attended to, for which purpose I shall first address a few observations to the brethren and then to the Grand Master-elect. Brethren of this Grand Lodge, I congratulate you on the election of our Grand Master, as it will be his duty to command according to our ancient statutes, so will it be ours with readiness to obey. The cares of his exalted station are manifold, the obligations thereof numerous and exceedingly weighty, and its perplexities are not few. That these may all be well sustained, and his administration be such as will honour himself and be valuable to the craft of South Australia and the Northern Territory, he needs, and surely he will receive, your affection, sympathy, and active cooperation in all his lawful official endeavours. Right Worshipful Brother Booker, the exalted station to which you have been called by the free choice of your brethren involves great and solemn responsibilities. It will elevate you to a position from which the power and prerogative may depart with the expiration of your term of office, but the honour and dignity, save by your own hand, never. You are now, in the presence of all here assembled, presented for installation into the chair of this Grand Lodge, that you may be competent to enter upon the functions entrusted to you. As we stand upon the threshold of a solemn undertaking, the teachings inculcated at our reception into Freemasonry require that we should bend in prayer before the Grand Master above and seek his blessing upon these, our proceedings.
All brethren, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, also rise, please.
Let us pray. Almighty Architect of the universe, Searcher and Ruler of all worlds, deign from thy celestial abode, from realms of light and glory, to bless us in all the purposes of our present assembly. We humbly invoke thee to give us wisdom in all our undertakings, strength of mind under all of our difficulties, and the beauty of love and harmony in all our communications. Be pleased to vouchsafe to this thy servant, now called to this high office in our brotherhood, thy heavenly blessing. May he prove a true and faithful guardian of the principles, privileges, and usages of the order, and through thy divine favor, be strengthened in the discharge of those duties to the honor and glory of thy most holy name.
So mote it be.
Very Worshipful Brother Grand Director of Ceremonies, you will conduct our brother to the volume of the sacred law, there to take upon himself the obligation appertaining to his high office. Excuse me, Stephen.
I, David Malcom in the presence of Almighty God and in the body of this Grand Lodge,
do solemnly promise and swear that, to the best of my ability, I will faithfully, zealously and impartially discharge the duties of Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Ancient, Free and Accepted Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory during the ensuing year and until a successor shall have been regularly elected and installed in my stead. I further solemnly promise that I will conform to and maintain the Constitution and regulations of this Grand Lodge and the usages and customs of Free and Accepted Masons, and will at all times enforce strict obedience thereto. So help me God.
That which has gone out of thy lips thou shalt keep and perform, accordingly as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God.
Rise, duly obligated Grand Master.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please be seated.
It now remains for me to clothe you in the external regalia of your rank and authority. Most worshipful Grand Master, I clothe you with the apron the badge of a Grand Master. I invest you with the chain of your office, attached to which is a jewel whose Masonic symbolism will have a new and striking significance for you. I entrust you with the W.B. Allen jewel to be worn on all official occasions by the Grand Master. Not quite right at the front. Thank you. I now surrender in your favour the seat of authority and place you therein as ruler of this Grand Lodge. May the blessing of God Almighty be with you and endue you with wisdom, strength, and endurance. Thank you. I present to you this gavel, the potent emblem of Masonic authority. And by this, on their behalf, I tell you that that will never be sounded in vain. I pay you this first act of homage as Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of South Australia and the Northern Territory. I hail, salute, and proclaim you Grand Master of the Masons in the jurisdiction of South Australia and the Northern Territory. Brethren, behold your Grand Master. Grand Master, behold your brethren.
All brethren will rise for the proclamation. Be it known unto you and to all free and accepted Masons that Most Worshipful Brother David Malcom Booker has been regularly installed in the chair of the Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Ancient, Free and Accepted Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory, whom the great architect of the universe may long preserve. Brethren, be seated. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, will you please rise for the ode, Lord our Grand Master bless. Be seated, brethren. The installing Grand Master will now address the Most Worshipful Grand Master.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, with your concurrence, I would like to invite your father to offer to you paternal and fraternal congratulations on the attainment of your high office. Other directors need a microphone for Worshipful Brother
One here.
Booker.
David's father. You ready? Don? Don?
Ladies and gentlemen and brethren, I sprung this on
I'm sorry.
Worship Brother Booker, and I think it's important.
You ready? You can start talking, Don.
Start talking now.
Yep.
Right, thank you. I congratulate my son on becoming the Grand Master. I've waited probably 3 years for this to happen. Unfortunately, I've got bad legs and I can't move around as much as I could or like to, but I congratulate me on becoming Grand Master of this jurisdiction, and I wish him well. I probably won't see a lot of you around because as I say, I can't move as quickly as I would like to, but I won't impede him in any way as far as his duties are concerned as a Grand Master. Thank you.
Leave it till he's finished.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, you may wish to say thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I bring you fraternal congratulations from your brethren and best wishes and our loyalty to you as our Grand Master. I'm quite sure that the visiting or distinguished guests among us would also want me to offer to you their congratulations and best wishes for your period of time as Grand Master of our great constitution. The office of Grand Master is one of great antiquity and honour, and it is no light matter to be given the chief command in an ancient and honourable institution. It is a very, very weighty chief command. Our institution is seated, deep-rooted in the past, with branches extending to every quarter of the inhabited globe. And indeed, every quarter of the inhabited globe tonight is listening to this particular ceremony. Most Worshipful Grand Master, you cannot be insensible to the obligations which devolve on you as our head, nor to your responsibility for the faithful discharge of the duties annexed to the appointment. The honour, reputation, and usefulness of this Grand Lodge will materially depend upon the skill and assiduity with which you manage its concerns, while the happiness of the brethren will be generally promoted in proportion to the zeal and ability with which you promulgate the genuine principles and tenets of our institution. As a pattern for imitation, consider that glorious luminary of nature, the sun, which, rising in the east, regularly diffuses light and lustre on all within its circle. In like manner, most Worshipful Grand Master, it will be your peculiar province to communicate light and instruction to the brethren of your Grand Lodge. Forcibly impress upon them the dignity and high importance of Freemasonry. Seriously admonish them never to disgrace it. Charge them to practice out of their lodges what they have been taught in the lodges, and to prove by virtuous, amiable and discreet conduct the happy and beneficial effects of our ancient institution. Then, when anyone is said to be a member of our order, the world will know that he is one to whom the burdened heart may pour forth its sorrows, to whom the distressed may prefer their suit, whose hand is guided by justice and whose heart is expanded by benevolence. In fine, most worshipful Grand Master, by a strict observance of the ancient landmarks, constitution and regulations of Freemasonry, and above all, by the sacred writings which are given as a rule and guide of your faith, you will be enabled to gain a crown of joy and rejoicing which shall remain when time with you shall be no more. And may God grant you his choicest blessings of wisdom, health, happiness, and strength to perform the duties of your high office with satisfaction to yourself and advantage to your brethren. And the time will come, and the wisest of us knows not how soon, for us to cease labour and go to rest. And for you, may you reign sovereign in the hearts and minds of your brethren beyond that time. So mote it be. Thank you.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please rise for the ode, O thou great Jehovah.
Jehovah, you
Gentlemen and brethren, please be seated.
My fellow Grand Masters and leaders of delegations, past Grand Masters, brethren of various ranks and titles, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being a part of this grand installation ceremony this afternoon. And in saying that, I wish to include all those who cannot be present in this room today, but are watching proceedings via the World Wide Web. I'm reliably informed that there are Masons as far as Scotland watching proceedings, even though it's extremely early in the morning for them. In place of a banquet to celebrate this occasion that we are having this evening, they will be enjoying breakfast. In standing here before you, I'm deeply humbled and particularly cognizant of the 32 other men who have taken on the responsibility of the position of Grand Master of this jurisdiction over its 137-year history. Many were distinguished gentlemen, as you may be aware from the list in the rear of your program. I cannot claim to be in the same league as those eminent brethren. However, I am what you see before you, a dedicated Freemason with a passion to see this organisation prosper into the future and for the benefit of all those who follow. Freemasonry in this jurisdiction has changed over its 137 years, along with the society in which we live. And to remain relevant, we must continue to adapt our organisation to meet the standards and expectations of those who we would wish to carry on our organisation, and it all stands for into the future. We have had an example of that adaptation here today in the streaming of this grand installation, something that just a short time ago would not have been in the minds of many. But this technology has and is helping us to maintain our fraternal bonds within our jurisdiction and beyond throughout these difficult pandemic times. In recognising our need to adapt, we must of course also recognise that change can also create friction in and amongst part of our organisation. So the manner in which we introduce change must be managed and handled in a delicate and respectful way, so as not as to disenfranchise any of our brethren. In an address I penned 6 months ago, I mentioned that our fraternity is made up of many pieces, no two the same. It is a complex puzzle, and sometimes some of the pieces aren't placed correctly, so the overall picture is not clear. My hope is that during my term, that picture does become clearer for us all. The brethren that have accepted positions within our organisation have many and varied skills and are enthusiastic to work to make our fraternity in South Australia and the Northern Territory successful into the future. Those brethren will be working for the membership, as will I, and we would like your support for our combined endeavours. You, the brethren of our lodges, are the basis of this organisation, and without you, the Grand Lodge does not exist. We're all just one small part of a bigger picture. Please join me and the officers invested today to enhance that picture into the future. Before I conclude this short address, I'd like to thank the Freemasons of this jurisdiction for giving me the opportunity to continue a long tradition. I do not take the responsibility endowed upon me lightly. As I have pledged in my obligation, I will work for all the brethren of this jurisdiction. Before I conclude, it would be remiss of me not to thank Most Worshipful Brother Jensen and his officers for carrying out their duties to the best of their ability over their term, and I wish them well for the future. And to thank the Grand Director of Ceremonies and his team of ceremonial officers for this ceremony today. and all those who made this occasion possible. And finally, to my dad, for all his support over the years and to being here today. Thank you, ladies, gentlemen and brethren. Very worshipful Grand Director of Ceremonies. Please sit down because I've mucked it up. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I appoint Right Worshipful Brother William Robert Donald Merrill to hold the office of Deputy Grand Master for the ensuing year and until a successor shall have been installed in his stead. Very worshipful Brother Grand Director of Ceremonies. You will present the Deputy Grand Master for installation.
Off you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Most worshipful Grand Master, I present to you Right Worshipful Brother William Robert Donald Merrill, who has been appointed as Deputy Grand Master for the ensuing year.
Very worshipful Brother Grand Director of Ceremonies, you will conduct our brother to the volume of the sacred law, there to take upon himself the obligation appertaining to his office.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please rise.
I, William Robert Donald Merrill, in the body of this Grand... I, William Robert Donald Merrill, in the presence of Almighty God and in the body of this Grand Lodge, do agree to accept the office of Deputy Grand Master of this Grand Lodge of Ancient, Free and Accepted Masons of South Australia and Northern Territory, and pledge myself to discharge that duty faithfully, zealously and impartially during the ensuing 12 months and until a successor shall have been duly appointed and installed in my stead. So help me God.
That which has gone out of thy lips thou shalt keep and perform, accordingly as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God.
Rise, duly obligated Deputy Grand Master.
Oh, don't go anywhere. Bill? Bill? Gentlemen. Your gloves. Your gloves. Most worshipful Grand Master, I present to you Right Worshipful Brother William Robert Donald Merrill for investiture.
Right Worshipful Deputy Grand Master, you have been an attentive observer of the ceremony of installation of the Grand Master. As you are aware, that in the case of his incapacity to act, you succeed to the duties and prerogatives. Your office, therefore, is one of great dignity and importance, and it's in view of these considerations that you have been appointed as Deputy Grand Master. I now, with pleasure, clothe you with this apron, the badge of the Deputy Grand Master. And invest you with the chain and jewel of your office. I now proclaim you Deputy Grand Master and place you in the chair at the right of the Grand Master.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All brethren below the rank of a Grand Master will rise for the proclamation. Be it known unto you and to all free and accepted Masons that Right Worshipful Brother William Robert Donald Merrill has been regularly installed in the chair of the Deputy Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Ancient, Free and Accepted Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory, whom the Great Architect may long preserve. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise for the ode, Father of Love and Might. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please be seated.
Pursuant to the power vested in me, I appoint Very Worshipful Brother Peter Lawrence Crisp and Very Worshipful Brother Kevin Oliver Painter to be Senior Grand Warden and Junior Grand Warden, respectively. Very Worshipful Brother Grand Director of Ceremonies. You will present the Grand Wardens for investiture. Right Worshipful Brother Grand Wardens, you have been appointed to positions of great importance to aid in the preservation and the order and to afford counsel and support to the Grand Master are important and responsible duties. It is much pleasure. Very right, Worshipful Brother Crisp. You have been appointed as Senior Grand Warden. You represent Yarkon, and it is now with pleasure I clothe you with this apron.
I'll take his old one off first.
Oh, his too. And invest you with a chain and jewel of your office. Right Worshipful Junior Grand Warden, Worshipful Brother Painter. You, as Junior Grand Warden, represent Boaz, and I now, with pleasure, clothe you with this apron. The badge of the Junior Grand Warden. And I invest you with the chain and jewel of your office.
I forgot. Stop. 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 No. I do it all the time. All brethren below the rank of past Assistant Grand Master will rise for the proclamation. brethren, Right Worshipful Brother Peter Lawrence Crisp and Right Worshipful Brother Kevin Oliver Painter have been regularly installed in the chairs of the Senior Grand Warden and Junior Grand Warden respectively. Brethren, be seated. Just something else.
Very Worshipful Brother Grand Director of Ceremonies. You will assemble the Grand Officers for the ensuing year, and Brother Grand Secretary, you will read the names of those officers as they are presented for investiture.
Off you go. Off you go. Other side. Off you go. Good.
President of the Board of Management, Right Worshipful Brother B.J. Hand. Grand Treasurer, Very Worshipful Brother N.H. Handley.
Right now for a minute. Congratulations. Thanks.
Grand Registrar, Right Worshipful Brother S.R. Gray. Grand Secretary, Brother B. Sparrow. Grand Superintendent, Right Worshipful Brother T.J. Gordon, Order of Service. Director of Community Relations, Very Worshipful Brother L.A. Jakes. Director of Masonic Learning, Most Worshipful Brother S.E.P. Michaelak. Grand Director of Ceremonies, Very Worshipful Brother R.G. Giles. Grand Superintendent of Works, Very Worshipful Brother G.S. Hunt. Grand Almoner, Very Worshipful Brother R.G. Williams, Meritorious Service Award. Chairman of Membership, Very Worshipful Brother B.W. Terry. Deputy Grand Treasurer, Brother P. Kayatsa. Deputy Grand Registrar, Very Worshipful Brother R.L.H. Davis. Deputy Grand Director of Ceremonies, Very Worshipful Brother T.C. Rao. Deputy Grand Superintendent of the Works, Right Worshipful Brother I. Mackenzie. District Grand Superintendents, Western, Very Worshipful Brother J.A. Disseldorp. South East, Very Worshipful Brother S.S. Meyer. Northern Territory Central, Very Worshipful Brother W.H. O'Flaherty. Mid-North Riverland, Very Worshipful Brother I.R. Berry. Southern, Very Worshipful Brother B.G. Woodhouse. York Northern, Very Worshipful Brother R.L. Hart. Metropolitan 1, Very Worshipful Brother R.L.J. Mallion. Metro 2, Very Worshipful Brother C.W. Black. Metro 3, Very Worshipful Brother J.H. Mosley. Metropolitan 4, Very Worshipful Brother V.F. Levi. Metropolitan 5, Very Worshipful Brother D.R. Raymond. Daytime Lodges, Very Worshipful Brother B.K. Lorraine. Assistant Grand Director of Ceremonies, Worshipful Brother G.M. Moat. Assistant Grand Director of Ceremonies, Worshipful Brother A. Powell, OAM. Senior Grand Deacon, Worshipful Brother J.B. Asherton. Senior Deacon, Worshipful Brother D.A. Stokes. Junior Grand Deacon, Worship Brother J. Habis. Junior Grand Deacon, Worship Brother M.A. Bates. Grand Sword Bearer, Worship Brother B.H. Bamford. Grand Sword Bearer, Worship Brother E. Tadia. Grand Standard Bearer, Worship Brother R.S. Jennings. Grand Standard Bearer, Worship Brother A.N. Hay. Grand Standard Bearer, Worship Brother B.C. King. Grand Pursuivant, Worship Brother M.D. Coley. Grand Pursuivant, Worship Brother S.D. Redfern. Grand Pursuivant, Worship Brother L.A. Lepenig. And other further officers, Grand Chaplain, Very Worship Brother Reverend J. Watson, Chairman Freemasons Foundation, Brother Reverend Dr. L.M.F. Arnold, A.M. District Grand Superintendent, Northern Territory Top End, Very Worship Brother S.T. Morris. Grand Librarian, Worship Brother P. Suter. Grand Sword Bearer, Worship Brother E.G. Ollis. Grand Organist, Very Worship Brother W.M. Hancock. And Grand Tyler, Worship Brother M.J. Asherton.
Worshipful Grand Officers, thank you very much for accepting the positions that you have this evening. You have great talent and great enthusiasm and great experience. And I know that with your help, this organisation will prosper into the future. Thank you very much, brethren, for accepting the challenge.
Worshipful brother officers, be seated.
Very Worshipful Grand Director of Ceremonies, you will assemble the Grand Stewards for the ensuing year, and Brother Grand Secretary, you will announce those names of those brethren during their investiture.
All Grand Secretaries ready for all Grand Stewards for investiture, please assemble in the north.
Grand Stewards are Worshipful Brother D.W.J. Hemsworth. Worshipful Brother R.L. Fowler. Very Worshipful Brother B.G. Knott. Very Worshipful Brother R.J. Edwards. Very Worshipful Brother P.A. Holland. Very Worshipful Brother R. Beer. Worshipful Brother M.J. Mann. Worshipful Brother Dr. P.D. Bastian. Worshipful Brother F.D. Wilson. Worshipful Brother T.A. Wyatt. And Worshipful Brother A.R. Gower. And the further Grand Stewards are Very Worshipful Brother I.E. Wilmot, Worshipful Brother Q.J. Killian, Worshipful Brother M.G. Wood, and Very Worshipful Brother C. Olson.
Worshipful Grand Stewards, some of you have been nominated by your lodges, others I have appointed. You come from many parts of South Australia and the Northern Territory, and I know that you will discharge your duties to the best of your ability, and I look forward to your support for the coming year. Thank you, brethren all.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please stand for the ode, Brethren of the Mystic Tie. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please be seated. Brother Luke Coon will now address the gathering.
By nature of the constitution of Freemasonry, some must rule and teach, and others learn to serve. Humility by all is an essential qualification. Those assisting the Grand Master in governing the activities of lodges in South Australia and the Northern Territory are all acquainted with the principles of Freemasonry and the laws of the institution. Consequently, it is considered they'll not be found wanting in the discharge of their respective duties, or it would exceed the power entrusted to them. I therefore trust we shall have three specific aims clearly in mind. First, to please each other. Second, to unite in the grand design of being happy and communicating happiness. And thirdly, as this association has for centuries been formed and perfected in a climate of harmony and concord, long may it continue. May brotherly love and affection ever distinguish us as men and as Freemasons. May the principles of our craft, which are founded on the basis of established truths and virtues, teach us to act uprightly, to square our conduct by the principles of morality, and to guide our thoughts within the compass of propriety. Thus, we learn to be humble and dutiful, to be steadfast in our faithfulness to God, our country, and our laws, to be sympathetic over the failings of a brother, to be active in consoling the afflicted, and to appease the wants of those in unfortunate circumstances. May these principles be transmitted, untarnished, through this and all succeeding generations.
So mote it be. Ready with the mics? Most worshipful brother David Fuster, past Grand Master, will now the representative near this Grand Lodge of the United Grand Lodge of England will now convey greetings on behalf of all sister jurisdictions. Could all representatives please rise? This one here will do.
Most worshipful Grand Master, as the representative of all of your appointed representatives to overseas jurisdiction with whom we are in accord, congratulations, best wishes, and a wonderful experience in the coming 3 years. Tonight, Most Worshipful Master, we have had a unique experience of having actually the father of Grand Master in the attendance of this grand installation. It is truly remarkable, and we understand that bond that you have with your father. And really, thinking of your profession, you've unlocked many thoughts. Most worshipful Grand Master, as you have stated, you have much intended action in view. And for that point, I would just like, with your permission, to address a few remarks to the immediate past Grand Master. Most worshipful brother, Dr. Neil Jensen, thank you for your stewardship the last 3 years as Grand Master. You have had many tasks to look at, and you have managed in a very, very capable manner.
Thank you.
During your Grand Mastership, immediate past Grand Master, you were ably assisted on public occasions by your dear wife, Mrs. Norma Jensen. We thank you, Mrs. Jensen, for your part in making the attendance at public situations, Freemasonry, a very viable and important cog in our communities. And thank you for taking her with you. Most Worshipful Past Grand Master, there is a quote which I take from the volume of the Sacred Law. It says, "The crooked straight and the rough places plain." You have done that with absolute professional dignity, and it leaves a great and very important nucleus for what our Grand Master has said in his speech today.
Thank you.
He has a lot of ability to now make Freemasonry a very important part again in the community. On behalf of all of the assembled representatives of other jurisdictions, we wish you well, Most Grand Master.
Most Worshipful Brother Fewster and representatives of overseas jurisdictions, thank you very much for your kind words to myself and to the past Grand Master here this afternoon. Would you please, all of you, take back to your Grand Lodges the fraternal greetings of this Grand Lodge. And we wish them well in these trying times. We are very lucky in Australia of the positions that we live under, that others are not so lucky with. So thank you very much for your kind greetings.
Most Worshipful Brother Derek Robson, AM, Grand Master of the United Grand Lodge of New South Wales and the Australian Capital Territory, will give greetings on behalf of visiting delegations.
Grand Master, on behalf of your visiting sister constitutions, it is my absolute pleasure to offer you every congratulation on your installation here today as Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of South Australia and the Northern Territory. As Grand Masters, of course, we are all committed, Grand Master, to enhancing the ideals and principles of Freemasonry, working together in common accord, acting all of one company to better not just Freemasonry in our jurisdictions, but indeed our influence in our society, our communities, and in our family circumstances. Grand Master, we've all seen that over the past period, and I can offer you our continued support and encouragement wherever we can be of assistance to this jurisdiction, and I can assure you we will be there whenever that might be required and whenever that might be appropriate. And you only have to hop on the telephone, Grand Master, and we will all assist you quite willingly. Grand Master, we would all want to acknowledge the most sincere contribution made by your immediate past Grand Master, Dr. Neil Jensen. Most Worshipful Brother Jensen and us have had a wonderful privilege of working together on a lot of common themes and for a lot of common purpose. And I can assure you, brethren, Dr. Neil Jensen and indeed Norma have acted as the most wonderful ambassadors to this jurisdiction as they have travelled extensively during their period of office into our constitutions. And of course, we are very aware that as many of us have had reduced responsibilities because of the national medical crisis, of course, Dr. Neil Jensen has taken on more responsibilities. He's certainly shown to us all the wonderful care and compassion that only Freemasonry can provide to a community, and we certainly congratulate him and indeed Norma. We wish them both the personal best of health and every success in wherever their activities take them in the future. Grand Master, I again assure you of our support and encouragement at all times. We wish you, your Deputy Grand Master, your Junior, Senior Warden, all of your appointed and elected officers, and indeed all the brethren of this jurisdiction, every success as they look to you and support you at the start of what is going to be a wonderful journey. Grand Master, finally, may I again offer our most sincere and warm congratulations to you personally. May I thank you and your jurisdiction for the wonderful welcome and hospitality shown to each of us and our delegations from our jurisdictions during our period here of this wonderful tradition and celebration. Grand Master, congratulations.
Most Worshipful Grand Master and Grand Masters of the visiting jurisdictions, thank you very much for your kind wishes, and that also to my past Grand Master. You have made our day complete by being able to be here. We thought at the planning stage of this grand installation that was not going to be possible, and we had all sorts of things and ideas of what we could do to enhance our grand installation. But by having you here present with your delegations, it has made the day for us in our fraternity. Thank you very much, all of you and your delegations, for coming and supporting this Grand Lodge. Thank you.
Thank you, Grand Master.
Most Excellent Companion Ivor Wilmot, First Grand Principal of the Supreme Royal Arch Chapter of South Australia and Northern Territory, will now convey greetings on behalf of the chapter.
Looking forward to working with you, your brethren, our companions, as one body. Thank you. Congratulations.
Most Excellent Companion Wilmot and brethren of the Royal Arch, thank you very much for those warm wishes and congratulations you have given to me in particular. I look forward to working with you together to enhance Freemasonry within this jurisdiction. And I thank you for your personal friendship that we've had over many years. And I look forward really and truly to working with you and your deputy, which we won't be very far away. So thank you once again for coming and adding colour to our ceremony this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Most Worshipful Grand Master.
Be seated, companions. Most Right Excellent Companion Peter Orchard, Deputy Grand Master, will now convey greetings on behalf of the Mark Master Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I'm not going to ask the Mark brethren to stand up because they might outnumber them. However, my most sincere congratulations to you on behalf of Mark Master Masons of South Australia and the Northern Territory. My speech will be brief. When I get two shoes on and you're fit enough, we need a game of golf again. That's the first point to you. I also offer my sincere congratulations to your deputy. I have a funny word I'm sure is not in the dictionary, but the word is uncleship. The Right Worshipful Deputy Grand Master and I share a niece and a nephew in Tasmania, so it's pretty special for me to give his greetings. And finally, Most Worshipful Grand Master, I most sincerely wish those who are your administrative team the very best of deliberations. To your ritual team, who are going to represent you, I guess, on about 100 occasions during this next 12 months, which is great. And may the great architect of the universe have his hands on your shoulder.
Most Worshipful Brother, or Right Worshipful Brother Orchard at the moment, Grand Master-elect of the Grand Lodge of Master Masons. I thank you personally for our friendship and for your congratulations here this afternoon. We do have to have a game of golf very shortly when your feet are up to it. But I wish you the best for your term in office when you take the chair of your Grand Lodge. It is unfortunate under circumstances that none of us would have wanted, but it's lovely to see you, and it's lovely to see Nick's wife Sue here this afternoon. And we thank her for coming along, and we trust that she enjoys the occasion and gets something out of this of the friendship that she has within our fraternities. Thank you very much to the brethren of the marked degree, and I, like you, when it comes to the next ceremony where you're put in the chair, I'm going to be sitting somewhere over there doing another job for you. So I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please rise for the royal anthem. Be seated and remain so during the closing of Grand Lodge.
Right Worshipful Brother Wardens, please rise and assist me to close this Grand Lodge. Worshipful Brother Pursuivant, where is your place in this Grand Lodge? What is your duty? Do you find them so placed? Where is the position of the Right Worshipful Junior Grand Warden? Right Worshipful Junior Grand Warden, whom do you represent?
Boaz, the Prince of the People on Mount Tabor, Most Worshipful Grand Master.
Where is the situation of the Right Worshipful Senior Grand Warden?
In the West, Most Worshipful Grand Master.
Right Worshipful Senior Grand Warden, who do you represent?
The Assistant High Priest on Mount Sinai.
Where is the position of the Right Worshipful Deputy Grand Master?
At the right of the Most Worshipful Grand Master.
Right Worshipful Deputy Grand Master, whom do you represent?
Hiram Abiff, Principal Architect.
What is your duty?
Lay schemes, draw designs, and assist the Most Worshipful Grand Master in the execution of the work.
Where is the position of the Most Worshipful Grand Master?
In the East.
Whom does he represent?
The Royal Solomon.
Then, brethren, after the Grand Chaplain has invoked the blessing of the great architect of the universe, I shall, in ample form, close this Grand Lodge.
Let us pray. sacred architect of the universe, we ask your blessing upon us as we continue to rejoice in this afternoon service. Be with us on our homeward way to guard, direct, and keep us. Be with us throughout the coming days, that we may glorify you in all our works. So mote it be.
In the name of the great architect of the universe, I declare this Grand Lodge closed in ample form.
Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please rise for the ode, All People That on Earth Do Dwell. Ladies, gentlemen and brethren, please remain standing during the retirement of the Most Worshipful Grand Master, the Most Worshipful Immediate Past Grand Master, the Deputy Grand Master, past Grand Masters, visiting Grand Masters and leaders of delegations in the East. And also during the ode, now thanks we all our God.
From
please pay attention. We need to be able to clear the Grand Lodge in a safe manner. So if we could have the ladies in the balcony move first, and the buses will be awaiting shortly and be going at 15-minute intervals to the Adelaide Oval. There will be another bus for the brethren at the Crown Plaza, which will leave at 6. Now, if I could have the brethren in the north, please. What's
If you get them all